Hey, this is my cheater stair installation. It's the first time I've done this, but I figured I'm going to do this with using a trim. We're going to use a trim face on the stair, and I'm just carpeting the treads. And the way I've done this is I've installed a tack strip along the back edge with the distance of a tack strip between the riser and where I put it on the tread. And it runs across the whole length. I know there's a fold over method for the sides of the stairs. I've decided not to do that, just too cumbersome. And the finished product with what I've been doing is pretty nice. So after I install the tack strip, and I also put a tack strip on the underside of the bullnose right there. As you'll see, there's one right there, and it's just where the bullnose flattens out on the underside, and then the pad comes to the edge of the bullnose. And I've stapled it in with 1/2 inch staples about every 5 to 6 inches just to hold it down. Now with that done, I've pre-measured my pieces of carpet, and I hook it on the underside of the bullnose first, and I wrap it around, and then I use a knee kicker tool that I rented at my local hardware store. And since I'm going to be using trim to cover up the backs of the stair and the underside of the bullnose, I just use this nail gun with with staple brads to fasten it. Okay, now I'm going to install a piece of carpet here. What I do first is just sort of position it on the stair, and you'll see it's a little wider than the stair because at the end I'm going to tuck it in. But I just sort of position it and pull it back a little bit. Don't stick it to these yet, and just start folding over the front edge. Get it nice and folded over and pull it up into that tack strip on the underside of the bullnose as much as you can. Pull it up in there, make sure it's nice and held. And then what I've done is I've taken a board that I use, and I just bring it under here and I pinch it in. Give it a few good kicks. So that's in there really well. And then I take the carpet, I pull it up against that tack strip, make sure it's in there snug, and I wrap it around, just helping fold over the carpet on the bullnose. And then I take my kicker, which has these teeth that come out, and that grips the carpet. Just don't bring them out so much that it goes through the carpet and tears your carpet pad. I stick it down about 1 inch away from the end and give it a good press with my knee, and it sticks really well and it holds it down. You just keep going along. Make sure everything's tucked in. Sometimes it comes up like this. The good thing is, I just throw in a few staples, because all that's going to be covered up anyway. And I know I'm going to get flamed with comments on this, but this is the first time I've done this and it works for me, so let it rip. I also plan to learn from this, so tell me how to do it right if I'm not doing it right. There goes the compressor. Alright, so that's all held in. Tuck the sides in. I've got a little room between the side of my stair and the carpet. Alright, and there's the stair. And then I just pull this out. And I throw in a few more brads, well, a few more staples, just for insurance. Now when I'm done, I'm going to pre-paint some MDF and just put the pieces in here to fit. What that's going to do is it's going to pinch the carpet against this tack strip and against this tack strip pretty well, so then even more insurance that it won't come undone. And I can always replace an individual stair if something gets spilled on it in this way. And I think it's going to look a lot classier than a full set of stairs. Okay, now it's time to put in the trim pieces. I actually cut 6x1 MDF. I got really lucky. I didn't have to rip them down any. I just cut them to match the width of the trim, and luckily the 6 is actually 5.5 inches tall, which is perfect for what I need. And since I left a little gap behind the tack strip, there's actually a slot for this to rest in, likewise with the top. And I just position these in and give it a good push, and those aren't going anywhere. And I didn't have to use a single fastener, and if I need to, I can reach up here and pop them out and replace the stairs and push them right back in, good as new. I'll probably use a little caulk in the corners. And there you go. Some of them are a little tight. Yep. And that is a finished stairway with carpeted treads